This week, we celebrate another beautiful dry January week. We have the NFL Conference Championships all set. We're going to talk about it. Rip explores some more passion projects during this time that he's been laid off. We may or may not debut on this week's episode something that he has always wanted to do but never done. We do one-star business advice. We got one-star moments for the first time in 2023, fresh off of a winter trip to the Wasatch Mountains. Probably a little snowbird action. Maybe a little Alta if he wanted to go skiing on his free day. I don't know. Rip. This guy, Nick B, goes back and forth. Maybe he took in a Utah Jazz game courtside. He's not LDS, but he has DSLs. Your favorite one star. Nick B is back.
DK and Nick B, the one-star recruits, have partnered up with 500 Level. It's 500level.com for all your apparel needs, awesome shirts, hoodies, all kinds of other apparel based on NFL players, NBA players, you name it. Check out 500 Level and type in the code ONESTAR. That's the number one, STAR, for 20% off all their awesome products. Hit up 500 Level. Let's go.
Yo, aloha. Welcome to the One Star Recruits podcast. I am DK, joined as always with my best friend, Rip. We are here to bring you the 5 stars of the world. We are in the middle of a dry January, meaning no guess. We're giving you what the people want. This is for you, our listeners in Burlingame. You know who you are. Rip, myself, and the one and only Nick B. One Star Recruits. Let's go, baby. It's a beautiful time to be alive. It's 10 a.m. here in Hawaii as we record. I'm fresh off of 2 things, gentlemen, a polar plunge in the ocean and second cup of coffee in right now, 1 deuce. I usually am about a 9:30 deucer. Rip, I know that your coffee game is stepping up a little bit. I was impressed when you're here in Hawaii. I was curious, have you tried anything new in 2023? And at what point do you deuce after a cup of Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a coffee drinker, DK. I'm strictly iced coffee, Lee's to be exact. Everyone knows Lee's, Lees, out here in California. And you know, I hit the Lee's every other day to give me some energy when I need it. And that's the question I wanted to ask you. I asked my wife. I said, you know, why does this cause me to be in the bathroom immediately after? And she said, well, coffee's a diuretic. You don't drink it every day, so your body's not, used to it. You're not on a routine. So that's why I'm ending up in the bathroom every day, DK. But it almost feels like a laxative, to be honest. Is that what happens to you guys? Or I know you drink coffee more often than I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Nick B because I know we both went through the same cycle for a handful of years. Actually, it's the killer combo. You really want to get a deuce out. Nick B, what's the 2
Coffee
components?
Coffee and cig.
Right away, everything in you will come right on out, baby. A P-Funk, a Parliament Light, possibly a Marlboro Light. Early in my days, a Newport, now a non-smoker, and a cup of coffee, immediate deuce. But it's a real thing. It is a diuretic. I think what it does is dehydrates you. No science, not a science guy here. I think it dehydrates you a little bit and pushes out some of that water weight that's in you in the morning. Just gets it all out of your system. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I know Nick B's and we're gonna move on. I can't believe we're podcasting starting with deuce, but Nick B, I know you're a big proponent of clearing your system. Am I wrong?
Well, yeah. Well, no, you're definitely right. Poop talk is always good for podcasts, right? Well, dude, so a couple of things. First of all, DK, you can't call it a polar plunge in Hawaii. The water's warm, dude. It's gorgeous, bro. It's not a polar plunge. But anyway, was that surprising, Rip? Because I was going to ask, or what I was going to mention is, for some reason, I thought that the reason that coffee is known to be a laxative was more from a routine or a habit perspective. I thought your body was just learning that, okay, when after I drink coffee, now it's time to deuce. I didn't think it had anything to do with what's actually in the coffee. But if you're saying that you aren't a regular drinker and it's hitting you like that, then there's got to be something in it that is actually creating that. But yeah, Nick B doesn't know. Nick B is also not a scientist, like DK is not a scientist.
Yeah, these are all one star theories. But we could get a doctor on here, a dietitian at some point to really break it down for us. But that's our experience. DK, are you going in the just for all the Hawaiian listeners who might live local to you? Are you going in the ocean before the deuce or after? That's what we want to know.
Wonderful question. Before in this case, but I do think about that sometimes, and I do hit my swimming pool sometimes midday, and that thought has crossed my mind as I jump in and. I don't know. I'm not crazy, right? You guys think about that too. Is there still poo on me and I'm in the pool? Is that cool? Does the chlorine have it? Is that a thought? Am I crazy?
I mean, it goes right along with the post shower poo, right? Like we all hate when you fresh out of a shower, you're clean, you're drying off, and then it hits you. You're like, oh man, You gotta go in there. Like, I don't know, it's similar, right?
Restart the wheel. Well, welcome to the One Star Recruits. One star decision making, possibly in the pools and oceans of the world. How's from poop to being laid off? How's laid off life, Rip?
It's been great so far. I mean, I mentioned last week, I have some more time on my hands now, but I'm not resting either. I got job interviews lined up here and there, and been on a few calls almost every day here. So, new partnership for the One Star Recruits that I mentioned earlier, 500 level. So, yeah, I'm really not I'm not on vacation. I'm laid off, but I'm making a full-time job out of trying to find something else and see where I'm headed next, man.
Not to change the subject, but I'm on the 500 level site right now, and this is super dope. There's a mystery shirt, straight up men's premium mystery shirt on clearance for $10. Your boy's pulling the trigger right now.
But use the One Star code. Give a quick one sentence, 2 sentence overview of what the new partnership is, Rip, and then real quick, maybe name a couple of our listeners and then list maybe a shirt that they might like on the site.
Yeah, so best way to support the One Star Recruits at this point, and a natural affiliation. These guys, their tagline is something like "You're not a real fan unless you sit in the 500 level." So that's them. This is us. We're the One Star Recruits. It's a natural partnership to me. And quick overview, man. Yeah, that they're officially licensed with all the players associations of the 4 major sports. They have even some retired players, college players. But for instance, like we got loyal listener Paul Wall up in Burlingame, California, big 49ers fan. They already have Brock Purdy shirts on the site. They have a Christian McCaffrey shirt. They have tons of 49ers gear. You can sort by team, by league, by player. It's an amazing site, and something we're really excited to partner with because DK, like I said, it's a natural fit, and it's something that I feel like aligns more closely with us than any of our other sponsors have in the past.
There it is, Nick B. Explained, and a cool partnership. It aligns, and we. Rip and I rocked some shirts that were 500 Club that you can check out on our Instagram. When he was here in Hawaii, it's good stuff. Nick B, pull the trigger on the mystery box. I love it. That's a great idea. Yourself. All right, One Star, Nick B locked in a mystery shirt ordered from 500level.com. Use code One Star. I love that you threw out our guy in Burlingame, our guy Saporito in Montana. Go on and find yourself a Jack Hughes shirt, New Jersey Devils. Maybe you need a Claude Giroux. All kinds of cool stuff. At least check out the site, buy something if you like it. What is it?
Leon, if you're an Eagles fan, go get that Jalen Hurts shirt, dude. It's right on the front cover. First thing you see when you go on the site.
I'm looking at it, Nick B. That's a cool one, man. What is your threshold, Nick B, of you just bought a mystery box for $10? What's your threshold of spending before you got to check with your wifey?
A little bit of a hot topic for Nick B. I don't think you purposely were jumping straight into Nick B's One Star moment of the week, but poor communication is Nick B's One Star moment of the week, and I guess I'll elaborate when we get to that. But
elaborate there. But what is $1? $1 at this point.
New threshold is $1.
Trust has been broken at the Nick household.
You can't even buy a candy. You can't even buy a candy bar without from Circle K.
Well, I can. I can spend all the money that I want. There will just come repercussions if I don't get approvals.
Wow, Nick B on lockdown out there in Chandler, Gilbert, Arizona.
Rip, you too are cut off at a certain limit. Don't act like you're over there making it rain in the LBC, bro. What's your limit? 150?
Dude, I'm unemployed, and I think I probably have about a $300 threshold. I cleared Disneyland tickets with my wife, and a couple other things recently. But yeah, I think it's $300. And Nick B saying $1.
Well, I guess full disclosure, keep it real. We don't have a number, but Nick B's communication has been poor. So Nick B has also been ripped off by scam artists in the past. So
Nick B sending money to the Ivory Coast monthly or to the West Indies. What's going on?
No, I did. So back in the day, I got conned by Stansberry Research, which, not to talk trash on my boy Kevin Kistner on the PGA Tour, because he's sponsored by Stansberry Research, which is why I thought it sort of had some legitimacy. Sure enough, it's totally a scam. Or if you want some sort of like underground investment knowledge for $50 a month that they won't stop charging you, go ahead and check out Stansberry Research. But so Nick B or I have made very many mistakes in the past by poor spending, poor tracking of money, etc. So there really is no threshold. I guess it's like use my best judgment, but I am going to make a habit of clearing most purchases through the wifey.
Yeah, you guys scammed. You guys scammed a couple of times, Nick B. I get it. I get it. He's on that $1. You know, it's funny you mentioned Kiss because as I was getting picked up for my Monday golf round, my buddy Marshall said, "You look like Kevin Kistner today." I said, "Well, thank you."
Mad
And he said,
respect. Yeah.
You just needed a chew in my mouth and I would have nailed it. But that's 175 for you folks. Full man golfer right there, 175. So thank you for bringing Kevin Kistner into the conversation, Big Nick. Now the moment we've been waiting for. You guys, $1, Rip $300. This right here could be priceless. 1 stars, it's your lucky day. Nick B, it's your lucky day. One of Rip's dreams to do in life is stand-up comedy, but he has never actually gone for it.
Yes.
Starting this week and over the next couple months, Rip will hop on this segment and drop a couple bits. By the summer, Rip has agreed to do an open mic in Long Beach and probably bomb in front of 12 to 14 people, 3 to 4 1 stars. With that said, our newest segment, listeners, Rip tries stand-up comedy. I'm going to go ahead and welcome you, Rip. Let me welcome you. We're just going to get right into it. No, not even. Get your bits ready. Now welcoming to the One Star Comedy Club stage from Tempe, Arizona, bald head, hairy ass. Give him a warm welcome. Rip.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit about myself first. I'm 44. I live in Long Beach, California, and I truly am living the American dream. I'm married, 2 kids, I'm living in the suburbs, and I'm driving a minivan. I know you might laugh at that. I know, first of all, you're probably all thinking, how could someone as cool as this guy, bald-headed, mid-40s, be driving a minivan, right? But I want to expound on that a little bit because it's a 2017 Toyota Sienna, light blue, just to give you a visual. There are hidden benefits, though, to driving a minivan. One of them is that you could almost never get pulled over. Do you know how much you have to fuck up to get pulled over in a minivan? You have to be drunk, high, probably naked, have a warrant out, wave a gun out the window. I mean, cops are usually assuming it's a soccer mom and not, a bald-headed 44-year-old man. Sure, the last few years of the pandemic has been extremely embarrassing and uncomfortable ever since, curbside pickup has become a thing. I've been in way too many situations where I'm outside of a store or a restaurant. I call in and I have to actually say over the phone, I'm in parking spot number 4 in a blue minivan. You know how awkward that is to say? It ruins any chance of being respected, being cool, or being found attractive in any manner. But guess what? I've been driving that thing for about 5 years now, racking up miles, and I haven't been pulled over once. The only 2 things that are undefeated, Father Time and Rip in a minivan, baby. Let's go.
Adam Lamb, eat your heart out.
There it is. Rip, I'm going to let you explain yourself first, but first, just off the bat, how did that feel? I was dying. It was cringe, but funny. How do you feel?
Well, that's the thing, DK. I'm using the One Star Recruits here as kind of a test kitchen, if you will. And, for my 60-second bits, I have this notes file in my iPhone that I've been writing down ideas for the past probably 10 years. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like a lot of people, when they watch comedy specials or go to a comedy club, they relate it to their own life and think, everyone has to think at some point, what if I was up on that stage? What would I talk about? How would I feel? And it's a really tough thing. Obviously, like it's rehearsing a million times. It's getting the cadence down. It's working a crowd. It's all of that. So I rehearse this for probably about 5 minutes. That's why it's totally 1 star. And I want everyone's feedback. And as we progress through the weeks here, especially you guys and listeners, 1 star to 5 star. I always ask our guests on a scale of 1 star to 5 stars. I'm expecting 1 star, but hey, maybe I'll get a little bit better. I'm putting myself out there. That's what it's all about. I'm going to do what every other unemployed person does. I'm going to go to stand-up comedy. That's it, baby.
Hell yeah. I thought your cadence was really good. I don't know why it was cringe. I was dying. I had to mute because you got to hit your flow and there's no crowd. I'm very impressed. I give it 2 stars.
Yeah, it's also one of those things, Rip, or I think DK, where you're too close to the action. You and Rip have done too much together, so it's hard for you to see it for what it was. I thought it was hilarious. I thought for sure you were going to bring in like the neighborhood creeper. Like we can definitely mix in the neighborhood creeper in the minivan part of it. And then actually on that note, I was going to say we can go back on previous episodes and you can make a compilation of your 1-star moments of the week. That'll fill out at least 5 or 6 minutes of a bit, dude.
That's a great point. And I did on a previous episode. I actually told the story of I was in San Jose. My kid was asleep in the back seat, and I wasn't going to stop the minivan. So I was doing circles around the neighborhood block for probably 45 minutes to get him a good nap. And a guy actually pulled his car out in front of me, totally confronted me in the minivan. What the hell are you doing? I pointed to my kid in the back seat. He's asleep. Guy still had no idea what was talking. I came up on next door in the Evergreen area of San Jose. So yeah, total neighborhood creeper, but that's what it is, man. Hopefully I'll get a little better. I'm committed to do this on 1-star every week for the next couple of months. I don't know about that second part about doing an open mic night, DK, but hey, you never know, man.
Yeah, you never know. You're gonna get there. I think if I can get enough 1-star recruits to come out to Long Beach, like I said, 4 to 5 is a magic number. We get Rip up there. Lots of things will be done by this bald-headed gentleman. But you're a stud, man. Way to lean into some time off, trying new things. Kind of inspiring. I kind of want to do a little bit of a bit. I might slip one in every week if I have a funny little thing that hits me. I like Rip inspiring me, probably inspiring others. We're going to clip that bad boy. We will put it on our social media. Give us a follow. We are new to TikTok. So if you're on the talk, follow us at 1-star recruits. It's a, not only will Rip's comedy bits be on there, we'll have our guests on there. You can see what Nick B looks like. He's probably about 320 pounds. Don't be surprised when you see him. He needs to get into shape, really is what needs to happen, but he'll be on our TikTok. So go check him out. Give us a follow. Also seen on TikTok, a new segment. I saw our 1-star business moment of the week. This week in business, it's everybody's favorite toxic fast food joint, McD's. I'm a big number 2 guy. I think it's number 7. Two cheeseburgers, small fry, Diet Coke is my usual order. I probably, in all honesty, will go like once a month. In this case, I'm not sure what city it's in. I need to figure this out because that would make more sense. But a gentleman on TikTok went through the drive-thru. He picked up his morning sausage McMuffin. Great choice. And he got his bag. He opened his bag. His McMuffin was in there. Those McMuffins smell a little bit like farts when they first come out, by the way.
They do.
I don't know if you've ever noticed that. In that fart bag of his McMuffin was $5,000 in cash in the bag. This nice gentleman who posted on TikTok and got 500,000 views, went viral. He probably made the right decision in a lot of different ways. Turned around and he returned the cash. The people were very grateful. Nick B, I think I know the answer with you. You returning the cash or you taking that money and eating your McMuffin, smelling your farts?
I'm returning that cash. And I'm looking at the article. It does not say what city it is. Like, no. Oh, it does say, sorry, take it back. Streator, Illinois. Never been there. Never heard of it. Yeah, I'm giving that money back. Absolutely, bro. Karma gods are always watching. You keep that money and you will pay the price in the future. Rip, you keeping? Or you, well, not great timing for Rip right now, trying to balance that bank account. Talk to me, Rip. You keeping it or you bringing it back?
Talk to me in 12 months. My answer might be a little different, but yeah, no, I'm fully on board with you, Nick B. It's karma. I'm a full believer in karma for whatever reason. I don't know if it actually exists or not, but yeah, I'm turning it back in, man. I can't eat McDonald's, corporate America, greedy as hell, but I just can't take that money and feel good about it.
Let me ask you, DK, because you didn't, or I guess you did say that you were giving it back, but let me ask you because I, in a similar situation.
No, I'm not giving it back. I'm not giving it back. I can explain why.
Let's hear it.
Drive-thrus are infamous for decades of being places to get secure drugs. Bag and money handoffs in drive-thrus. So you say, go to the McDonald's on 24th Street, order 50 McNuggets. That means something else. Put the money in the bag. We all heard the songs. Put the money in the bag.
This is not true.
And drive away. Infamous.
This is not true.
You're saying it's drug money.
There's not a single drug dealer that's posing as a McDonald's employee. If you're selling drugs, you're making enough money. You're not posing as a McDonald's employee.
No, Nick B, you're over.
You probably can't even.
Nick B, it's not the person doing it. It's part of the system. So they get a cut like anything. It's not their own little business. They're running out of McDonald's. I got a guy. He needs to get X to Y. Go see my guy at McDonald's. Go through the drive-through. Be on your merry way. Happens all the time.
Just to point out in the article, they were saying it was the restaurant's like daily deposit to the bank that was accidentally got given to this guy. I mean, maybe that's an excuse.
That's a good PR cleanup if it is, and it could very well could be. But that's a great PR spin if I'm in the McDonald's offices. That I love that spin, and you guys are buying it real easily. But it's that kind of cash in a bag. I don't think even McDonald's carries 5,000 in cash, but I could be wrong. So that's why Nick B. Shit, I would probably return it. I would probably take it. Fuck, I don't know.
Here's the problem.
The police station. I don't know. I think I take a grand and leave the rest on the front and just get out of there. I don't know.
That is a good point, dude. Real quick, Nick B, is with 95% of transactions have to be credit card and ATM and debit card these days at McDonald's. Like, why would they have 5,000 in cash? That seems a little ridiculous to me.
I think you brought up a good point too, DK, is like, if you, instead of returning the money, if you did something better with it, like, bought a bunch of hoodies for homeless people, or there definitely is a way that you could pay it forward that the karma gods would hear you. But what I was going to say, and maybe this is not worthy or a different topic, but the question for you, DK and Rip, is similar idea, but if you find a wallet, right? So if you find a wallet and say there's no ID on it, or like specifically what did happen is my brother and I and my father back in the day in the Bahamas, we were snorkeling and we found a wallet at the very bottom of the ocean. So we found this wallet, we swam down, my brother beat me to it because he's a little bit bigger, faster, stronger, whatever. Big shout TB. And we get this wallet and we're like, okay, do we return? There was like about $500 of Bahamian money in it. And we're like, okay, do we return the money or do we return the whole thing? And we took the money, right? Because our theory was, if you go turn it into the hotel, the front desk person's taking the money, right? So it's like, get the wallet, get the IDs, all of the important shit back, but the cash is yours. So if I ever lose my wallet, if anybody finds my wallet, clear out the cash, it's yours. Spend it how you want and just throw my wallet in the mail to me, which actually, by the way, quick little fun fact. If you ever find somebody's ID or driver's license, just pop that thing in a mailbox. They will automatically mail it back to the rightful owner.
Yeah, good stuff. Little bits of knowledge from Nick B. I'm a classic case of sweatpants guy who puts his wallet in his front left pocket of his sweatpants. And when
you're a classic sweatpants at the strip club guy.
No, not that far. But I have many a times came out of my car and that wallet's kicked on the ground twice with $100, once with $200. All three times, Nick B, proud to say this happened in Santa Ana, California, and in Newport Beach, California. Wallet was returned to me, cash was gone. I think that's how most people play the game.
That's fair.
Fair. Anyway, so that's that with McD's. I don't know though, man. I feel like God, I kind of want McD's. What do you order at McD's, Nick? What's your order?
Dude, for the longest time, it was just a straight up double cheeseburger and fries, just boring old. But after, stupid to say this, but after listening to Joe Rogan for a while, I got like influenced by his love for the fillet of fish, which I thought I would never eat. And sure enough, I went and got one just questioning it. And they're actually freaking good, dude. So I get a fillet of fish now. It's embarrassing.
I mean, embarrassing or pimp, because it's one of three people, you and two other 70-year-olds who got that fillet of fish.
No, I don't know.
That's our moment of the week for Nick B right there.
Well, I guess I should say that, the wifey was making fun of me about, I'm sure that's not the best, most healthy type of fish that you're eating. And I did a little deep dive. On contrary, it's pretty good. They have their own fish hatcheries. They're farming their own fish. They sell enough.
Someone's going to call you out for lying, Nick B. Right now, I'm saving you.
Look into it. No, look into it. McDonald's supplies their own fish for the fish plate sandwiches.
Sweet Lord. Filet o fish. Rip thinks you can eat 50 McNuggets. You think you got 50 McNuggets in you, Nick B?
Definitely not.
Oh, yeah, you could do it, Nick B. Easy.
50.
What sauce, Rip? What sauce? Sauce will fuck you up because if you get
I'm
too
going
much
no
sugar,
sauce. Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, if I'm trying to eat as many McNuggets as I can, I'm going no sauce because it cuts out a certain amount of calories.
Man.
I'm just going straight nuggets. I like the taste of the nuggets by themselves.
no sauce. He's going at it raw. Well, there's
Hey, I learned from Joey Chestnut, man. You dip those things in water and just pound them, and next thing you know, you down 75 of them.
up 75 pounds. That's what's up. McD's business moment of the week right there. We're going to bring that segment up when it comes up, when it makes any sense. NFL's here, guys. We have it's here. This is kind of the best time of the year in the league, especially if your team's in it. But we have our NFL conference championship games. They're set. My favorite guy in the playoffs now is Joe Burrow. I don't think there's anybody cooler. I can't remember anybody cooler since Tom Brady, maybe mid 2000s. Maybe I'm missing somebody in there. Besides my guy, Jake Plummer, Joe Burrow might be second on my list of coolest football players ever. Rip, who's your favorite player still left in the playoffs?
Same. I mean, he's an absolute boss. You see some of the highlights from even the pregame and what he's doing in the press conferences. He seems to never make a bad move. He's young. He's got a rifle, and he's got some great receivers. And he's going to go into Kansas City and win again, I think. And you'll see the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Bengals in the Super Bowl. Yeah, they look really good. I was worried about the offensive line we talked about last week. They seem to have it together. Not that Buffalo defense is super amazing. Really, side note, big part of that loss, defensive line and not having Von Miller. I think if he's there, he changes a lot of plays in that game. And I think Joe Burrow still might win on a field goal, but it would be a closer game. Nick B, you watching the playoffs? I don't even know if you're around. I think you're just spending your money all over this country.
No, bro, I definitely watched all the games. I didn't get to catch any of them live. I did, the whole same thing where I record them and then watch them later on and whatnot. But, I could echo what you guys are saying for sure. Joe, cool. But I also want to give some love to the Kelsey bros. It's so cool to see brothers playing on back-to-back, or not back-to-back nights, same day, like early game, late game. Like, made me wonder if they're watching each other's games and stuff like that. You got to be the proudest parents in the world to be the parents of the Kelsey bros. Oh, yeah. And then real quick, got to give some love to Jalen Hurts just because of those J's, dude. He rocks those sick Jordans playing quarterback. And then you hear the quotes that he doesn't care what other people say about him. He just got to stay true to himself and be who he's going to be. Like, he's saying all the things, doing all the things. Got to give him some love.
It's best game of the week is going to be that Niners-Eagles game. I know a lot of people, Joey Days, our guy Leon, looking forward to it. Both fan bases, very, very intense and passionate fan bases. This could be the game. I'm not even going to say it. I keep saying Brock Purdy's going to stop being cool. I mean, he has to go on the road now, so we'll see. Let me ask you guys, sorry to interrupt you there, DK, but let me ask you guys, because I am curious. It's easy to, jump on the, hate Kyler train now. But I can honestly say that back when that draft happened and we took Kyler Murray first, I was very much saying, please get Joey Bosa. Like, that dude is a beast. Am I right in that? Would you guys
Nick
both
Bosa? Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa. My bad.
I was right with you, man. It's those pass rushers seem to always pan out and make all the difference, and half the quarterbacks are bust. So I'm right with you, Nick B.
It hurts to watch him just pound it in there right now, huh?
Winning and losing in the NFL, although all sexy at those great positions, making one-handed catches and beautiful throws and great cuts, it's pressure. It's pressure, and it's offensive line and it's defensive line. So, Cardinals, if you're listening, the new GM, what's his name, Rip?
Monty Osenfort.
Monty, if you're listening, maybe Von Miller can get healthy, and he's going to go back to Buffalo. We need some help. We need some help, too, now that JJ is gone, but you guys are totally right. Actually, I want to do a quick little NFL hitter, and I'll spread it around. I'll start with you, Rip. I'm just going to give a couple guys who are free agents and teams that some experts seem to think is a good fit for them. Starting with Lamar Jackson, if he leaves Baltimore, the experts seem to think that he has a nice fit with the Atlanta Falcons. Rip, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up. I was actually, out of all the teams, I was just going to say Atlanta. They had, Marcus Mariota last year. They drafted Desmond Ridder, but yeah, I think Lamar going down there a little bit close to where he played college in Louisville, man. I think that's a great fit for them.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's a comfortable place, and I think it's I don't want to do the Mike Vick thing, but I think it's a place where he can be a lot of fun to watch. Nick B, if he plays, big if, we don't know, he's doing his little thing on the offseason where he doesn't want to talk about it. Tom Brady will sign with the Las Vegas Raiders. True or false?
True.
Easy true. He's in. You're going to go, would you go to Vegas to see Tom Brady playing his final season, Nick B? Take a road trip up there, get a suite or something?
If my Redbirds are playing there, absolutely. If not, no, I'm not going just to see Tom Brady or those crap Raiders. No.
Let them know. Let them know. Rip, Derek Carr, true or false, will sign with the Houston Texans.
Oh, I know the Carr family has a bad reputation down there in Houston. I can't see them doing it, man. I don't think that would play well with the Texans fan base. Derek Carr, doesn't get a fan base excited these days. I don't think Houston goes down that road again with another D Carr.
maybe they got some jerseys they can use. They can bring them out. Still, revamp a new revenue stream over there. Nick
Throw
B,
back to throw before you go, DK. Throw back to those Madden years, DK. I think that might have been maybe I'm aging myself wrong here, but when David Carr. What was the first Carr brother? David Carr. Anyway,
David.
when he was the first round pick and he was on the Houston Texans, I want to say they were an expansion team not long before that. Remember how good he was in Madden, dude? Like he was such a good quarterback before, like right when he was drafted. Anyway, terrible
unstoppable.
comment. Sorry, move on.
No, Nick B, you always throwing shit comments every now and again. We love it. Hey, Nick B, Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to give you 3 teams. Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet, a Colt, or an X Factor. This is a big X Factor. A Dallas Cowboy, and a trade for Dak Prescott happens. Which team would you like to see Aaron Rodgers on?
Out of those 3, I have to pick, or am I allowed to go with my own? I guess I'll go with, for the purposes of you giving me those options, I will go. What were the first 2?
New York Jets. Second is Indianapolis Colts.
I could see him going to the Jets before those other 2 options, but I think he stays in Green Bay.
No love for Jordan Love from Nick B. All right, Nick B. That's a good one. Last one, Mr. Rip. This is kind of interesting because we're getting into a new area and just want to gauge if you even think this is possible here. Justin Herbert and our guy we just talked about, Joe Burrow, will make $50+ million a year. True or false?
That's absolutely true. They're both early 20s. So by the time they're late 20s or early 30s, I mean, that's what the contracts are going to be like for quarterbacks. So 100% true. Maybe not next year, but definitely in 5 years.
Sweet Lord. There you go. A little NFL for us. I'm still rooting for the Chiefs now. They look good. I'm nervous about this little ankle with Mahomes, but I feel like the Chiefs are still my Super Bowl pick. Let's do some 1-star moments of the week, fellas, as we wrap this podcast up here. I'm going to start with you, Rip. You do any 1-star moments during your laid off time, or are you doing 5-star life?
It's always 1-star around here, DK, and this one's actually been building ever since I visited you in Hawaii a few weeks ago over New Year's, and I spent a week at your house with my kids and my wife hearing you call me Rip. You never use my real name once. It's always Rip 100% of the time. So my 1-star moment of the week is I lost the daddy name. After that trip happened, it's all Rip all the time. I got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old calling me Rip, and they chuckle about it every time. But now I think daddy's gone. I'm not even a dad anymore. It's all Rip. I'm more of a friend. I'm more of a podcast host. So that's what it is here in the Rip household, man. It's all Rip from the kids all the time, DK. That's my 1-star moment of the week.
If I saw you that's a great one. And if I saw you guys at the Chuck E. Cheese and your 4-year-old turned to you and hit you with a Rip, I would get a big laugh. Jot that down for your comedy bits. You might be able to use that.
Rip, can I get some more tokens?
It's happening, man. It's coming.
Oh man, that's great.
Get that in there. Nick B, you're a 1-star all the time. Give us a moment. Probably this morning you probably got poo on the inside of your taint or something. Give us a 1-star moment.
Yeah, you're right. I have 1-star moments all the time, but I'm going to actually go a little bit deeper. And this isn't going to be like a long, like confession or anything like that, but Nick B did not do a good job. There I go talking in third person again. DK hates that. My bad. I did a poor job of truly listening to my wife. So long story short, I had some complaints building up inside of myself. I did a really poor job of, calling things out early and not letting resentment build and what have you. And, eventually the wife and I had a little kerfluffle. Is that what we call it? Kerfluffle? Whatever. We had a little a quarrel. There we go. Quarrel. We like to call them quarrel. So we got into a quarrel. Actually lasted a couple of days because I was not man enough to step up and realize my mistake. So, my complaint was that I felt like sometimes my wife wasn't giving enough attention to just me and her in terms of alone time, getting away, vacations. Like it seems like everything that we're doing is for the kids. And Nick B started getting his little feelings hurt, started being a little, got a little butthurt about it, started acting very immature. And so then when we talked about it, the wife just kind of said, if you book something, I'm all in. And it's like, basically my 1-star moment of the week was the fact that I wasn't looking in the mirror. I was looking outwards, thinking other people were doing things that were not making me happy. And I realized that she's right. And every time I like randomly book a vacation or something, she's always in. So it's like, she was waiting for me to book something. I was waiting for her to bring it up. So we were both kind of like neglecting each other a little bit. So, so 1-star moment of the week for Nick B is, not fully deeply listening to his wife and everything she has to say, and concerning myself more with my own hurt feelings, etc. And man, this just got really sappy. So I'm sorry. Let's edit this out.
Marriage tips from Nick B. Where you guys headed? To give us the Valentine's Day? Where's the romantic trip?
Well, so we do have a surprise lined up for one of my kids. She's only 7, but somehow I've got a feeling she listens to the show, so I'm not going to say it. But we have something lined up for the kids already. And so I get to pick, dude. I mean, I guess I'm open to ideas and suggestions, but I'm thinking I'm just going to book a weekend in Colorado. She's never been to Colorado. She's talked about it. She's got a friend there. So I'm thinking I just book a weekend in Colorado in like either February or March, and we do a double date with one of her friends and like keep it kind of light. And I don't know. What do you think? Give me some suggestions, Rip. Is that a terrible idea?
No, I think it's great. I mean, Colorado, San Diego, Sedona, you got so many places that are, within driving distance or an hour flight, man. Shit, even Vegas, man. Go see a show. Like, I mean, all of it. It's so easy living where you live at in Arizona, man. So access to so many good places.
Good call.
The Mexico's in play. Come out and see me, Nick B. I know you're scared, so that's another story for another day. But thank you for opening up about that. That's great to bring up. I've learned too, in not only relationships with spouses, is that it's good to have an activator in the group, and that's talked about and acknowledged as you're the activator for X, Y, and Z, or just in general. I have one of my friend groups here who does all the activations for our dinner, our golf events, our anything. He's the guy setting it off. I think it's important to establish that role in any relationship so some boundaries are set. That's a good one, Nick B. 1-star to 5-star.
Thank you, bro. Let's hear your 1-star moment of the week.
My 1-star moment of the week, I went to, speaking of my activator, my good buddy who activates here in Maui, all kinds of cool events for us, was heading home back to Colorado for a trip, and he was leaving to the airport. So I put on my little bike helmet and I got my bike out and I drove on down to the bagel shop and I got myself a bagel, and I got 3 banana chocolate muffins for my buddy Jake, who was heading out of town. So I rode my little bike back, walked it over the train tracks, had my helmet on, had my hat on over my helmet. You know that look, real good luck. And, cruised over their crib, was playing it super cool. They're packing the car up, so timing worked out perfectly. I was like, oh, this is going to be sweet. Pulled up, tried to act cool and open up my backpack with the muffins, which were in kind of like one of those safe for the environment cases. And I opened it up backwards, right on the ground. All the muffins.
Oh, bonehead.
And so just a little bit embarrassed. The good news is the homie Jake picked it up and ate it right in front of my face and said it was delicious. So respect to the homie, and 1-star moment for me for just trying to be too cool. I think I was trying to be a little bit too cool, was the looking back on the game plan of that one. But 5-second rule. It's all good. I don't know if I would have eaten it. I think both you clowns would have.
For sure. 5-second rule applies. Mad props, Jake.
It's one of the big things I teach to my kids in life is a 5-second rule.
That's a big
Although the 5-second rule does have exceptions when item falls under cracks of cabinets overlays. That is
or into a pile of puke.
That too.
How about a possible area of the grass where animals might go to the bathroom?
Still in play, baby. You can't see it.
That's where these muffins landed. That's where these muffins landed.
It's all good, man. Good.
It's all good in the
Jake
head
for eating it. Yep.
Yeah, you guys got kids. You see nasty shit all the time. Okay. Those are 1-star moments of the week. I'm not gonna lie, I had a pretty damn good week. I had another blow up in golf, another 100. Nick B. I'm just not getting my short game in order whatsoever, but I'm having fun again. So that's the good news. Go ahead.
Every time you talk about golf and your struggles with golf, I'm just gonna say Allen Iverson and see if you see what I'm talking about.
Is that next game mentality?
Nope.
Step over again. Lou?
No, Rip gets it. Talk to me.
Start a fight at a bowling alley.
No, what's one of his most famous clips on ESPN SportsCenter?
Practice. We're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice,
DK.
DK. You ain't gonna get better if you don't practice, son. You got to get out there and hit 1,000 short chips, bro.
God, why can't I just get better with playing the damn thing? Sweet Lordy. Anyway, recommendations of the week to wrap up this beautiful podcast. we wrap up every show with anything that made us feel good, made us tingly inside that we wanted to share with the world. Since I have the mic, I'm going to start it off because mine's pretty easy, but it's helped me. I had back surgery about 2.5, 3 years ago now, and the right side of my lower back still irks up when I'm working out, especially when I'm playing golf. I got on some Vital Body Therapeutics. It's muscle and joint CBD relief cream. I know a lot of people are using that. This is let's see, this is hemp CBD, and it's got arnica and ginger in it as well. So it gives you that kind of Bengay effect, but it's money. It's really been one of the better things helping my lower back. And so I want to throw it out to the world. Vital Body, if you're in the market for a CBD cream, and particularly for your lower back. Nick B?
I'm going to try that for sure. CBD cream has helped. My rec of the week is 2 parts because one of them is sort of inappropriate for younger people. So it's sort of a 2-part. So if you are of age and you like dark humor, my rec of the week is the Trash Talk Boys podcast. But again, it is not appropriate for children, maybe not appropriate for most women. Women and children, be careful. Actually, I shouldn't have said it like that. For sure, if you have thicker skin, male or female, whatever. But it's definitely not kid friendly. So second part of my rec of the week is the Snoop Dogg put out a kids tunes volume 1. It's an amazing CD. I think there's 12, 15 songs. They're kid songs, but with legit beats. Check those out for sure.
You gonna activate that Rip with your kiddos? Let's introduce them to some Snoop D-O double G.
Especially from Long Beach, bro. You better.
Oh
yeah,
right next door. Yeah, like next road trip, it's going in the CD player, baby, and the minivan.
I'm looking it up.
In the minivan.
Looking it up right now. It's called Doggyland Kids Hits Volume 1. And if I had to give my favorite track, there's one called Affirmation Song. It's so legit.
Boom. This is your first good rec of the week in 8 showings on the One Star podcast. Way to show up, bro.
All right, there's nothing else I can recommend on the show this week aside from 500 Level. I know I talked about it earlier, but it's a great story of entrepreneurship. These guys were working day jobs and they took their lumps over the last 10 years and they finally figured out, that they got their website running top notch. Everybody check it out. Again, it's the best way you can support One Star Recruits and rock a cool shirt at the same time. If you saw DK and I out in Hawaii, we had our guy Rashad White on our shirts out there under the palm trees, and they have thousands of other shirts just like that. Some really cool stuff. So check it out again, 500 Level. Type in the code 1STAR at checkout and get yourself some merch, man. It's a great website and with a lot of probably your favorite players on there for sure.
Yeah, if you're gonna rock NFL gear, rock something unique. So when you step into your Super Bowl party, you're getting dapped up and you have something unique on. You don't want to walk in with the same ass jersey or the same jersey shirt that Rip has. Rip has all the jersey shirts. Why do you want the same one? Get something unique.
You will get something original. And just quick note on the Super Bowl, if you order before 5 p.m. Central, they ship it out that day. So you'll have it within a few days and there's still plenty of time to get something for the Super Bowl, DK.
Let's go. One Star Recruits. We got Nick B. Rip, you have any questions for Nick B? He's been away for months.
Let me piggyback on what you were just talking about for a second, though, because I feel like the 500 Level also has a little bit of a small guy support local vibe, right? Like we're not the front row. We're not sitting in the suites with we're not flying first class, DK. So the vibe of the company, I think, is 100. Like, let's support them. Let's go.
100%. It's not Fanatics. Fanatics runs the whole show. They have most things on lock, but these guys at 500 Level, man, they're just like the One Stars. They started from the bottom. They're on Amazon now, which is hard to find officially licensed apparel on Amazon. Just a great site. I can't say enough about it, and just some great guys to support as well. I do have a question for Nick B. Because everyone's been asking about you over the past few weeks. You've been gone. You've been here every 3 weeks, whatever. But I want to know, we talked about before the new year, one of your kind of resolutions was, and I got it again, man. I sent you the Zoom link for this meeting here today, and it was auto reply. Nick B, I'm checking my email twice a week. It's been going about 3 weeks now. That's your thing for 2023. How's it going, man? Have you are you sticking with it? Have you missed out on any business? How's that going?
Well, so full disclosure, Claudia, it was her idea, my business partner, and because she knows how poor I was doing at being timely, so she's had this creative idea. And then there's some leadership practices that we've both been following and stuff like that. So it was her idea originally, but I can say that the first time we tried it, I did a poor job because I don't even think I checked my email for 2 weeks. Like I let it build up to over 600 emails, which was such a poor idea. But I guess the good part about it was because she helped me word it properly. So it actually gave people all of the avenues to get the information and the things done that she needed to. When I went through those 600 emails, there was like maybe 2 or 3 that I actually had to do something. Everything else was already taken care of. I mean, the majority of people that know me very well, they just ignored that auto reply and just text me. So that kind of sucked. I still kind of got interrupted when I didn't want to and took care of some of my people when I wasn't ready to do that. But for the most part, I would say that, yeah, it's working, man. I think the auto reply on the email is the wave of the future. That's just my take right now.
Nick B, you're lucky it's the end of the podcast, Nick B, because you lost me on that one about halfway through, but I still love you with all my heart. I love anybody who's spending this time with us every week. Thank you. You know who you are out there. 5 stars really helps us a lot. If you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend or your parents or anybody near you anywhere, just ask them to go on Spotify or Apple and just give us 5 stars real fast. It's literally probably like giving Rip $300, which is his limit that he can spend without asking his wife. It's the equal to that. So 5 stars on any of those platforms mean the world to us. Rip, I'm going to give Nick B just 20 seconds and then go ahead and play the music and we'll fall out the show. Nick B, go ahead and recap the listeners on the La Quinta American Express PGA tournament this month. Go ahead and hit the music, Rip. Love you guys.
Wait, what? The La Quinta PGA? Okay, I get, dude, I'm a little bit out of touch here. I guess that the PGA Tour is going to La Quinta, California, and it's the Farmers Open. Dang, I'm actually on point here because I heard some people complain about the Farmers budget and how they should be spending that money on their customer service and not the actual golf tournament, which I then argued that there's other holes leaking in the marketing budget that the PGA Tour should continue on. DK is laughing over there. So clearly you guys have some sort of other music going on and or you got a synthesizer on my voice, or this isn't even playing. This is like a really good, cool prank for everyone. So
who won the tournament? Who won the tournament, Nick B?
John Rahm, baby. Xander Schauffele got an albatross. Nick B, get it with it.
Oh, I haven't watched yet, dude. I'm still on the recorder, bro. Haven't watched yet. Now that you spoiled another one for me, I probably won't watch, but that's all right.
1 star, baby.
1 star.
See you next week.
Dude.